So ever since Forza Motorsport 7 came out, I have been super critical on this game, and to be honest, I don't feel like that's very fair because I haven't given any suggestions on things that they could improve on. So yesterday, I went onto Twitter and I asked you guys, if you could fix or implement one thing into Forza Motorsport 7 to improve it, what would it be? I wanted to get, like, little things that Turn 10 could implement. Not huge, like, feature things that would take a lot of time, but the sort of, like, smaller things that it could implement quite easily to improve Forza Motorsport 7. So in today's video, I wanted to see, with the help of you guys, what would we do to fix Forza Motorsport 7. So say you jump into Forza Motorsport 7 and you see the videos that I make, or just about everyone else for that matter. Everyone is basically playing online, so you might jump in to Forza Motorsport 7 online, and if you don't have a huge group of friends to go and play with, you'll need to jump in to the multiplayer hoppers. And say you want to go around and race fellow racers in A-class cars. Totally cool, you can go and do that with no problem whatsoever. But say you want to jump into an S-class car. Well, you're a bit stuck, because currently, there is no multiplayer hopper for S-Class cars. Ever since Forza Motorsport 7 came out, the multiplayer hoppers have sort of been on, like, a rotation, so not every class has always been available to race in at any given time. I feel like one of the most simple and obvious things that Turn 10 could implement is just a bunch of hoppers for different classes, so I can use any car I want in the game. There's over 700 of the damn things. I want to experience all of them whenever I want. Anyways, let's just say you're not so much of a racing fan and you're more of a drifting type of person, like me. Well, you can go into Forza Motorsport 7 and do some drifting, but say, again, you are like me and like to drift rear-wheel drive, you're a bit stuck because you are going to be in the exact same lobbies as all of the all-wheel drive stuff. You might be saying, well, what's the problem with that? Well, the majority of the time, all-wheel drive stuff is going to be going around the corners with much more angle and much more speed, which means they're going to be picking up a hell of a lot more points than you are going to be able to in your rear-wheel drive thing. So that means if you get in a rear-wheel drive car, you're probably not going to win unless you're like a super good drifter. So again, that really sucks. I feel like that should be split. Just make two separate hoppers. That can't be the most complicated thing. Maybe drifting's not so much your thing then. Aha, I got you then. You can go in a straight line very quickly and do some drag racing. Well again, if you like rear-wheel drive drag racing, you're a bit stuck because you're just going to be going up against all-wheel drive stuff, and all-wheel drive stuff every single time is going to be faster than rear-wheel drive. So, again, two different hoppers, please. Anyways, let's say you finally choose a lobby you'd like to go and play in. Well, you might have another problem, because I have found in my videos, if I have more than 18 people in a lobby, well, the lobby will crash, for the most part. Which can be funny, sometimes. You are having a laugh! This is the most stupid thing ever! I feel like the lobby crashing issues are a lot more complicated than we think, because I feel like if Turn 10 knew what the problem was, they would probably fix it. So, I don't know what they can really do about that one, but all I know is 24-man lobbies are really cool when they work, so hopefully that will be fixed at some point in the future. Anyways, let's say you're able to get into the lobby you want, your game doesn't crash, it is time to go and choose your favorite car. So you go into the car selection screen in Forza Motorsport 7, which is the coolest one yet. Your car spins around, you can open the doors, it's like Forza Vista, it's super cool. Except for the simple fact that it doesn't work. If you've played Forza 7 at all, you would know scrolling through the menus, it lags a lot. I feel like there's just too much stuff going on, so if we could just like reduce it to a picture to make selecting your car a little bit faster, that'd be super cool, and I'm sure a lot of people would be like, okay, the spinning car was cool, but I much appreciate being able to navigate the menus a lot faster to be able to find my car before the next lobby starts. On a bit of a side note, a lot of the game runs too slowly. Just general loading is really slow, and as well as upgrading your car. For whatever reason, the kart system from Forza Horizon 3 wasn't tossed over to Forza Motorsport 7, so if you want to upgrade your car, it takes a long time. I feel like the game is in need of some just general optimization. Anyways, let's pretend by some miracle you were able to get into the lobby, not have your game crash, get in the car you wanted. Well, once you're into the race, you will become a victim of a ram very quickly. And to be fair, this isn't a Forza problem, this is just a racing game problem. Every racing game in the past has had this, every racing game that is out right now has this, and every racing game that will ever be made will always have people who will crash into you. So if you're always going to have people crashing into you, what can you do to not, like, stop the issue, because I feel like that's impossible, but how can you reduce the amount of crashing? Well, for instance, Forza Motorsport 7 was supposed to have a penalty system back at E3. we asked one of the people who work at Turn 10 about the penalty system that they had announced, and basically, long story short, is if you crashed into somewhere, you cut a corridor or something like that, you would have like a time penalty added at the end of the race to your total time, so you would get a penalty in like drop-down places and stuff like that, which would be quite cool, but as you can tell, has never been implemented for Forza Motorsport 7, although they told us it would be. So let's just imagine the penalty system for Forza Motorsport 7, they're working on it, it's something that will reduce crashes quite a bit, but what else could Forza do to help educate drivers? Well, I have been saying since the start of Forzathon has ever happened, I've been saying it's a powerful tool to educate drivers. I just feel like it hasn't really been implemented very well so far. The majority of the Forza Motorsport 7 Forzathon challenges are things along the lines of complete a race at this racetrack, and for someone who might hear that might be like, oh, I can drive around the track in any car, crash into as many people, cut all the corners, and then once I'm done, I'll get a prize for it. Cool. What if they just worded it a little bit differently and said, you had to achieve a clean lap around this race course, in this car, in this class, and then you'll get a super cool prize for it. Just with that little one sentence, you're teaching people to drive cleanly, so it means not cutting corners and not crashing into people. It also forces people to learn to tune cars to a specific class, and it will also teach people to learn the track so they know what's coming when they're eventually playing online. Again, I feel like that would be quite a simple fix, and if they actually implemented it, would actually have quite positive results. I do want to go off to a little bit of a tangent really quickly, because although I know I wanted to mention small little features that Turn 10 could implement quite easily, there are a couple that I feel like are big features that I think Forza Motorsport 7 really needs. So one part of racing is obviously being as fast as possible, and that's what you have to do in Forza Motorsport 7 to win. You just have to be as fast as possible. However, another part of racing, at least in real life, is strategy. You need to be ready for just about anything. So what are the 3 features that I feel like Forza Motorsport 7 needs to really be a motorsport game? Well, it needs qualifying, obviously. It also needs flags, so that involves like yellow flag, blue flag, safety cars in there as well. And finally, it also needs some real tire strategy. Right now, if you're driving on a dry track and then for whatever reason it starts to rain, your tires, you don't have to pit. Don't worry about it. You'll be okay. You try to do that in real life, put yourself on a wet track in slicks, you'll die! Actually, 100%. Anyways, let's get back to the smaller things that I feel like Forza could implement. Car packs. I could talk about this for a long time. So I just want to say a couple things about car packs. Free car packs, always good. Cool. If they're sponsored, cool. I don't care. Free car, always good. Fast and Furious car pack that gives us cool and unique cars that we get to see in feature films, awesome. Love it. Even if you have to pay for it, great stuff. But what about the monthly car packs? Obviously, these come out every single month, and they are quite important to the future of Forza because they give us new things to go and experience. Well, as it is a motorsport game, I feel like it should include some race cars from regardless of what era, regardless of what class or challenge you used to drive in. Race cars, cool. Love them. However, saying that, I feel like the car packs do need to have quite a mix, because the majority of people probably won't know what the Nissan number 3 Racing from year Turbo did all the way back in its cool series days when it used to race. I feel like a lot of people who buy car packs want to see the stuff that they see all around them. They see stuff in the news, like the Koenigsegg Agera RS setting top speed records, or the Bugatti Chiron, the new $1 million thingy-bob, or even a Huracan Performante going blasting it around the Nürburgring. I feel like people want to see cars that they see around them in the news, and they're not actively looking for these cars. Not to be rude or anything, but I don't think there's been a news release around the Nissan number 3 Racing Turbo Rally blah 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 for about 40 years. I feel like a solid mix of really great famous race cars as well as these newer cars that people will see in the news and see around them would be a great way to, one, sell car packs, but as well, have people actually play with the cars, because I feel like a lot of these cars people just go, oh, okay. As well as funny cars are also quite cool for car packs as well. Shout out Honda Odyssey. Anyways, guys, that is going to do it for me. I hope you enjoyed this video. That's sort of like the stuff I would like to see changed. If I was able to change some stuff in Forza, let me know what you guys would change in the comments down below. Anyways, we can cross our fingers that hopefully some of this stuff will happen at some point in the near future. We'll cross our fingers. We'll wait and see. Thank you so much for watching. Smash the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!